not bothering, see, because not much focus or is given in our regional languages for these sounds, you might read it as Adaram Maduram. Okay, Adaram Maduram. You could read like that. What would it mean? Adhara, this word Adhara means lip, more specifically lower lip. Madhuram means sweet. So you are saying talking about Krishna's sweet lips. Okay. But if you say Adara, this means not little, much. Meaning is much. And if you say Madhura, it means a bird, or it can mean oily. So if you don't say the words correctly, you are not making sense of what that particular stuti, stotram, mantra is trying to say. You will be saying it incorrectly. So you must correct yourself when you are saying these mantras or stutis, whatever that you are chanting. You have to enunciate the Mahapranas and the Alpa Prana correctly. No interchanging. Where are the problems you will see? For example, you have words like this. You have two tas coming next to each other. So you don't tend to realize that you have to aspirate the second tha. So you say atiti instead of saying atithi. Atithi. Or for example, sthiti. Not stithi. You should not make this one. Sometimes people say this as alpa and make this mahaprana. You can see both, but you don't realize where you should do it. So stithi, you may end up saying. That is incorrect. Sthiti. Sthiti. I'm hoping that you are able to hear the mahaprana as I am saying it. Right? You are able to hear, no? So this is important. You are going to see so many words in this in the Vedas that are long words with multiple Mahapranas coming in between. You should not lose your steam as you go along. Sometimes in between, by the time you reach the third or fourth Mahaprana, you lost your steam, so you don't end up saying it. It can be wrong. If you say Bahubhyam, that is wrong. Bahubhyam, that Bha has to be Mahaprana. You're going to see this Bha coming so often in all these mantras that you're going to learn. Okay. So you have to give every letter due respect. This is what I am trying to tell you as far as Mahaprana is concerned. So we'll have a couple of people read Varnamala again. We had done this in the first class, but at that time I did not focus on Mahaprana when people were reading. I was focusing more on the Anunasikas that time. So this time you have to put everything together. Your Anushansika should be correct. Your Alpa Prana, Mahaprana should be correct. Your Murdhanya Shakara should be correct. So all of these you have got to focus. We just need two people. Rest of you can learn it along the way. And one good practice to do is to one good practice will be to say these Varnamala every day with the Alpa Prana and the Mahaprana enunciated correctly. So you must, even though it feels like you're going into a KG class, but you should do it. Ka, kha, ga, kha, nga. You have to train your brain or your mind to accept that every time you see the kha, you should automatically feel like saying kha. And the good part is once you learn to chant the Veda mantras correctly, over the course of time, you will notice that you are going to speak your regional languages also correctly. You will no longer say mukam, you will say mukham. It will automatically, it's a side effect of doing mantras correctly, or if you learn Sanskritam correctly, you will end up saying it right even in your language. And it makes a whole lot of difference. Every time you are aspirating and then going back, it is like a breathing exercise. You are exhaling and then there is one letter that doesn't need that much of, then you again exhale after a few. So there is a certain breath pattern that you're creating when you're saying these stutis and mantras. In fact, many a times you will notice that after a while, your capacity to say one entire line, like Anuvakas, especially in Chamakam, they are very long Anuvakas. One whole paragraph might be one line. Initially, you find it difficult to say it in a breath, but over the course of time, you will notice how your breath pattern is improving and you're able to say that entire thing in one breath. Okay, so this happens if you focus correctly on all these letters. Okay, so I want one or two people to read these letters for me correctly. The Vyanjana.
Ma'am, me.
Yeah, anybody, one person.
K, kh, g, gh, n.
No,
N.
no, it's not no. No,
My God, this is tough. N.
no, it is still coming like a Dantya Nakara to me. Nga comes from the throat. So if you say ga and nga or say ang, can you say ang, ang?
Ang.
The nga part of it you're out from it.
This one. Okay. Ch, ch, j, jh, nya.
Hmm.
T, d, dh, n.
Hmm.
T, th, d, th, n.
Hmm.
P, f.
No,
No. P, f. P, f.
no, it's not a f. Pa,
It's
pa. You're saying the
okay.
pa with more breath.
Right. Okay. P, p.
Hmm.
B, bh, m.
Hmm.
Y, r, l, v. Sh, sh,
No.
s, h.
Sh, sh,
No.
same thing you said. Sh, sh. You have to roll your tongue to the murdha.
Okay. In the Shatkun one sh.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Sh, sh.
Sh,
My God.
sh,
Say again, please.
sh.
Sh. No, this is one is sh, the other one is also sh only, no?
No, that's what I did one entire class for this, right?
I know,
Sh,
I've forgotten.
sh, sh is murdhanya shakara. Your tongue should go to the position of ta varga. So ta, 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 sh.
Sh, sh.
I told you, say ta, 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 go to sh. Exactly same position. Keep the memory where you are moving.
Ta, 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 sh.
That is better. But
Okay.
practice.
Okay. Got it, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. And sah.
One more person that was
Okay, ma'am.
May I?
somebody has raised their hand. No?
Yeah, may I?
Yeah.
Do it? Okay.
K, G, G,
Can you speak louder, please?
K, K, G, G, N.
No, no.
N.
No, it's sounding like a no to me.
K, K,
Ga, see, ang, that no you have to pull out from there.
Ang. G, K, G, G, N.
No, not coming. Ang, ga, and just go there.
Ang.
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 Don't do ang, just say ang, add an akara at the end. Ang.
N.
That ng part of it you have to pull out.
N. K, K, G, G, N.
No, you need to practice.
N.
Okay?
Yeah, I'll do. Ch, ch, j, j, ny. T, th, d, th, n. T, th, d, th, n. P, p, b, b, m. P, p, b, bh, m. Y, r, l, v, sh, sh. Sah.
Very good, nice. Reena ji.
Anji. K, K, G, K, N. Ch,
No.
Ch, N. Ch, 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 Ny. T, Th, D, Th, N. T, Th, D, Th, N. P, F,
No, not fur.
P, 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 M. Y, R, V. So,
No.
sh,
Sh, sh.
sh, s,
No.
s,
No. Tell me the murdhanya shakara properly.
sh.
No. Sh. Go to ta and then say sh. Ta, sh.
But ma'am, I know ma'am, you are saying it correctly, but ma'am, I'm trying to put my tongue on murdha only. Still, it's not coming.
So that's why I said, say ta, because the ta position of yours is correct. You have to
Hanji,
create a memory of that spot where your tongue should
Hanji.
be. If it's in the correct
Okay,
spot,
ma'am.
you will get it. So ta,
Hanji.
sh.
Hanji, ma'am. T, sh.
Little more breath you need, so it will It will have that effect.
Hanji ma'am. Ta 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 sha.
Little better, but you have to practice.
Ma'am. So, thank you. Thank you so much.
Just one more person, Manaswini ji.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, let's try. Ka, kha, ga, gha, nga.
Once again.
Ka, kha, ga, gha,
Nga.
cha, 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 ja, jha, nya. Ta, tha, da, dha, na. Ta, tha, da, dha, na. Pa, pha, ba, bha, ma. Ya, ra, la, va, sha, sa, ha.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Okay. Enough for now.
Ma'am, I have doubt, please.
Yeah.
Okay, in the first line, the last word, ka, kha, ga, ga, da. It's da or no?
No, it's a nga. It's a new sound.
No.
Nga.
The second line is nya.
Nya.
And the third line, n-
No. It's just no.
it's just no. There is no difference between the and no.
There is a difference, no?
How?
Na sound.
No.
No. Mandala. Mandalana. Na. And this is na. This is a dantya nakara. So for this, your tongue moves to the back of your front upper teeth.
Okay.
Whereas for this, your tongue moves to the murdha position. So if this is your, the upper part of your the upper palate, this portion, the center portion top, is where you should say the na.
No.
The na.
Okay.
This is
No.
already discussed previously, so you can go to videos.
Okay.
Very detailed. I have explained all of
Okay,
this in
ma'am.
the first class.
Okay.
I just have one small doubt.
Hmm.
Though we have discussed about the last this thing of we covered, but what is it like the kabadi wala ra? What is that then? I cannot see that in this Vyanjan list.
What less?
Kabadi mein jo
Oh,
ra
that's what you
hai.
asked in the group. You're talking about this?
Yes.
This is not there in Sanskritam.
Oh.
This is a borrowed letter, probably coming from maybe Farsi or I don't know, Arabic or somewhere it's coming from.
Okay.
So it's not part of Sanskritam at least.
Fine. Thank
Okay.
you so much.
Okay, so we move to the next part. So with this, your Varnamala study is over, complete. Like all the aspects of Varnamala is over. So all that you have to do is to ensure that you are practicing the Varnamala daily so that you get the Mahapranas sitting correctly on your tongue when you are saying it. Okay. Now, there are a few things that Rohit ji, I'd sent one document and said, see if there is anything that can be explained. He had shared it with you people also. I think he mentioned don't read beyond 10 or 15 pages. There was a document he had shared. And true, you should not read beyond 10 and 15 pages because after that, it is a little difficult and overwhelming for you all. But some things in that are worth talking about. Okay. Everything is worth talking about, but the rest of the things you don't need to know. What you need. Okay. So first is an observation. There is some sign which you will see like this in the mantras. Okay. This is called as an avagraha chinnam. Okay. This is an avagraha chinnam. Now, what do you have to understand is when you're seeing this avagraha chinnam, if you see a single avagraha chinnam, the word that is coming after the chinnam is it had an akara initially. So, for example, if you see this, it means what? Originally, the word was so aham. There was an akara, and that akara has gone on account of a sandhi. Okay, so let me share something else now. Okay, I hope you can see the screen. What happens, okay, when you have this, and now I'm going to talk about my observation. People to take an unnecessary break at this avagraha chinna, which you should not do. Okay. Now, why that break happens is because, for example, this is a third anuvaka of the chamakam. And if you see this entire thing from here onwards is one line up to this point. It's one line. It's a big mantra. So people don't know where you can take a breath or where you should take a pause. So what they do, they create their own pattern for the pauses. So something like this, people will say. मे प्रियञ्च मे नुमामश्च मे कामश्च मे सौमनसश्च मे. Now you observe after the certain mays, I am taking a pause. People tend to create their own patterns, okay, where they wish to do. That's not how it is. So when are creating patterns, sometimes that pattern might end up in this place. For example, so if I think this line, these two, Sushushne prasushcha me sirancha me layascha maritancha me. Sometimes people might take a break here. If they take a break here, then what happens? They will say Mritancha me, Yakshmancha me. They may read like this. Now, what are you asking for in this part? You are asking for Amritam. Remember the original word before the Avagraha Chinnam was put, it was Amritam. Amritam cha me. You are saying, I give immortality to me. But instead you say Mritancha me, which means you will end up saying, give me mortality. The exact opposite. They are antonyms. They are exact opposite words. So everywhere there is an a, and in some places it can end up negating that word. When you put the akara, it ends up negating. Some places may not be the case. But the point is, you are not allowed to take an unnecessary pause or break at this point. This is what you have to remember. So this is an observation. So anytime you see, you have to read it like this. Sushcha me, prasushcha me, sirancha me, layascha maritancha me, mritancha me, yakshmancha me, namayaccha me, jivatushcha me, dirghayutvancha me, namitrancha me, bhayancha me. You can't take a break. Now here also, if you see this part, you're asking for abhayam. You're asking for bhayam means fear. Abhayam is absence of fear. So you're saying absence of fear for me. But instead you say you take a break at May, for whatever reasons you end up taking an unnecessary break here, then you are asking bhayam jame. The only other way is you say the here and say abhayam jame. Then what happens? It might break the rhythm and the flow if you add the akara, because a sandhi is done for a reason, no? So if you add the akara, you should know how to do it. Otherwise, don't do it and just read as this without taking breaks. This is very important. Some places you might see two avagraha chinnams. This is just for your knowledge. That means the following word actually had an akara. It began with an akara. Okay. That's all. Nothing else you have to do here. You just have to remember that when you see an avagraha chinnam, you are not taking a break unless and until you are seeing one more rule, which when I explain, I will tell you what it is. That's the only time you will see an elongation happening on the previous letter. On this letter, for example, you could be holding on that A, which I will tell you what it is in a little while. Okay. So this is as far as the avagraha chinnam is concerned. Anybody has any doubts? Yes.
Ma'am,
Kaushik ji.
once more, can you pronounce that thing again? That
Which
line.
one? Me mritancha me, yakshmancha me, namayaccha me. This is how you read.
All right. Thank you.
That's all. Okay. Now we go to some chanting rules.
Seena ma'am, a question. Why do we have then this avagraha chinna?
It is just a notation. In fact, it is not even mandatory. So in Vyakaranam, in the Ashtadhyayi and all, you will not see this avagraha chinnam being used. It was introduced by later grammarians. So you can just write me mritam also. It is a sandhi. Sandhi happens because of samipyam between two letters. Close. But the chinnam was introduced by later grammarians.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Fine. Now we go to some chanting rules, okay? Now, the first rule that you have to remember is if you have a word ending in a dirgha swara and the next letter starts with any swara, then there is a mandatory pause between these two words. You must give a pause between two swaras, specifically when this is a dirgha. The first word is ending with a dirgha and the second word begins with any swara. So, for example, look at what is marked in yellow. So, when you are reading this, you will say Namaste Astu Dhanvane. Now, this is Sri Rudram. The intonations are not there. Unfortunately, I didn't get the one with intonations. The reason being is the one that had intonations I could not copy paste. They didn't allow me to copy paste. Another one that had intonations, they did all the sandhis which I don't want you to see. So I had to pick something that was more like what's going to be printed in your book. Okay, so that's why I didn't take those versions. But intonations are not important for you at this stage. You will learn it. So how to read this? Namaste astu dhanvane bahubhyam bhutate namaha. So look at the pause that I'm giving here. If you don't give a pause, how will it sound? Namaste astu dhanvane bahubhyam. Namaste astu dhanvane. No. Namaste astu dhanvane. The mandatory pause. Okay, give another example here. Yatha nassarv. Look at this line. Yatha nassarvamijjagada yakshmagum sumana asat. There is a mandatory pause because you have a dirgha followed by another swara. If you don't give it a pause, how will it sound? Yatha nassarvamijjagada yakshmagum sumana asat. No, that's not how you're supposed to do. Yatha nassarvamijjagada yakshmagum sumana asat. This is how it should be. Another one. Asau yastamro aruna uta babrussu mangalah. Asau yastamro. I'm holding, or rather giving a pause, then going to aruna. If I don't do asau yastamro aruna uta babrus, that is not correct. Okay, so this is a rule that you will have to remember when you are chanting. So in your books or printouts, whatever that you are using, make sure you always have a pencil when you're coming in the class and make these markings or notations or whatever, whichever way you can remember, you must do. Don't try to say, oh, this is, holy book, I should keep it sacrosanct. No, you keep another book for that. But for your study purpose, make sure you have necessary information so that as you are chanting, you are able to see those are my errors, I have to fix them. So you need to have it. Okay. Is this one clear to you? Anybody has any doubts? Here also. Ye che magum rudra abhito
Shruta sahasrasho vaishagumhed
chanting.
imahe.
Someone is chanting.
Seena, one more question, ma'am. This rule applies even if it is not a pure swara. Mane, let's say if it has au, I, e, all is fine, and they're all considered as swaras. So it's not necessarily that it has to be asto, abhito, asya.
Oh, yeah. Any swara is
Any
fine.
swaras.
On the other side. But what is important is that the first word should end in a dirgha. And dirgha has even ekara, aikara, aukara, all of these.
Okay.
So, a, e, u, r, I, a, I, o, au are all dirghas.
Okay.
That's why you did namaste, astu. You see that? Because a is a dirgha swara.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Any other question?
Ma'am, hello?
Yes.
Ma'am, Dirgha Swara would mean the matras, right?
Yes, the length that you are giving for each swara.
Like a, o, like that.
A,
what is
I,
the Dirgha
O,
Swara?
Au are all considered as dirgha. I had done this when I did Rasva and dirgha, no? So,
Yeah.
dirgha.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And au.
Okay. Thank you.
They don't have a Rasva form. A, I, O, Au don't have a Rasva form at all.
Oh, yes. Okay. Yes.
It's the first rule that you have to remember. Second rule is if you let me just a rasva. Have a rasva swallowed by a rasva followed by a sanyukta akshara. That means a conjunct letter. Okay, this can happen anywhere inside a word, or it can happen between two words. That means one word enter the rest of a second word beginning with the sanyukta, or it is then what do you take place of this? The first letter of Yuktakshara will take place. What do you mean by that? For example, let's look at this word. Rudaya. And then draya. So you are not supposed to read this word as draya. Not how you're supposed to read. You have of double here. A dvitvam you will do when you are chanting, not when you are writing it, but when you are chanting it, you will sort of do a dvitvam of the first letter of this conjunct, which is the. So Rudraya. So Om Namo Bhagavate Rudraya, not Rudraya. Are you able to hear the difference?
Yes.
Yeah. So, Om Namo Bhagavate Rudraya versus Om Namo Bhagavate Rudraya. Okay. Namaste Rudramanyava Utota Ishave Namaha. Namaste Astu Dhanvane Bahubhyam. Not Bahubhyam versus Bahubhyam Utate Namaha. Okay. Look at this. Shiva Sharavyaya. Shiva Sharavyaya. What am I doing? Sharavya. This is the way I'm trying to read. Sharavyaya tavataya no rudramridaya. So everywhere where you see a word, now if you look at this Sharavya, this letter is Refa plus Akara. And then you have the Vya, which is a conjunct. So I doubled the Vakara and said Sharavyaya. Okay. Pavishji, yes.
Indraji, sorry, this was a little confusing. Can you please repeat the rule again?
Yes, I'll repeat again. Whenever you have a word, for example, let's take the word Rudra. Okay. Rudra. What are you seeing? Rudra, right? What are you seeing? Repha plus Ukara plus Dakara plus Repha plus Akara. This is the individual constituent letters of the word Rudra. What am I observing? I am seeing a Rasva Swara followed by a conjunct letter, a Sanyukta Akshara. Yes? I'm seeing a Rasva followed by a Sanyukta Akshara. Then what will I do when that happens? I will double this first letter of the Sanyukta Akshara. So I will read this as Rudraya. This is the way I'm going to read. Instead of reading it as Rudraya, instead of doing Rudraya, I will say Rudraya. Kavishji?
This I understood, but I followed this. But what about the Sharavya? Is something that I didn't do because there was no.
Okay. Sharavya. Let's pick that word. I'm not bothered about the sha letter. Okay. Sha, refa, akara plus vakara plus yakara plus akara. Raswara followed by a conjunct letter. What do? I will double the vakara here. So I do Sharavya. Sharavya. Did you understand?
Okay. So Raswara can be anything.
Yeah. Yes. We did a detailed class on the Rasva and Dirgha. I told you everything is important. You have to know which is Rasva, which is Dirgha. So any Rasva, you will do this. Let's see if I can give you between two words, if there is anything that has come here. What color did I mark for this? Red, no? Okay. See. Okay, and all of these are within the words only.
Ma'am, we should also mark like this? The
It's
way
up to
you are
you.
marked?
You can definitely do it, no problem. You can do it. Whatever helps you to remember. Huh. No, this is all.
On top, there was one, ma'am.
Which one?
Nilagrivo.
And the Nilagriva is within a word. I was looking for one between two words.
Oh, all right.
Okay, I might find it else some other time. When I see it, I will tell you. Okay, right now, I unfortunately didn't think about it when I was marking it. There are many words. You will find that happening in many places where the word ends with a rasva and then the next word is a conjunct letter.
And rasva should not be followed by any visarga or
Visarga,
anuswara,
something else will happen to the visarga.
Correct. So no, none of that should be pure.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay. This is one rule. Now, second rule is, this is when rasva followed by conjunct, right? What happens when you have a dirgha followed by conjunct? If you have a dirgha followed by conjunct, you will hold on that dirgha vowel for a microsecond. You can either call it holding or you can call it a microsecond elongation, whatever you wish to call it. That is okay. So, dirgha swara followed by a sanyukta aksharam. Okay, then you do a microsecond holding or a microsecond elongation. Okay, so let's see where we will get this example here. No, not good. Okay, look at this, at this line. Now you will see this marked in blues. They are the ones that where you're seeing a dirgha vakta. You can see the dirgha followed by a conjunct. In daivyo, you're seeing the dai, the I is a dirgha followed by a conjunct. Okay, so how do you say this? Adhyavochadadhi vakta prathamo daivyo bhishak daivyo. You see that dai? I stayed on the dai for a moment. Adhyavochadadhi vakta prathamo daivyo. Now, if I didn't do it, Adhyavochadadhi vakta prathamo daivyo bhishak, I would go like this. But I have to give. So, normal length of the ekara, no? You're either holding it or you're just sort of a microsecond elongation you will do there, okay? Mostly it is like a hold rather than an elongation. So, adhyavochadadhi vakta prathamo daivyo bhishak ahiguscha sarva anjambayan sarva ashchayatu dhanyah. That dha, I will hold. Okay, before I say dhanyah, I will not do dhanyah. Here, asau yastamro, that ta, I will give it a holding. Asau yastamro aruna uta babhrusso mangalaha. Okay, can you hear that? Asau yastamro, that ta, I'm giving it. Instead of saying asau yastamro aruna uta babhrus, instead of doing this, asau yastamro aruna, instead of that, asau yastamro aruna uta babhrusso mangalaha. Are you able to hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I must have not marked everything. Okay, I just did some few examples only I have marked. Anybody has any doubts? So if it's rasva followed by a conjunct, there is a dvitvam that you will do. If there is a dirgha followed by a conjunct, you will hold on the dirgha swara for a microsecond. Is this clear? Clear?
Yeah, clear, right? Need to revise it.
Yeah, that's okay. You will eventually learn it along the way. See, these rules, someone will help you. Don't worry about it. Your teacher, your mentors will help you with them. What you have to do, your preparation is to make sure that the Varnamala you are able to say correctly. You're able to read the Rasva Dirgha correctly, the Alpa Prana, Mahapranas correctly, because these are information that you have with you and you can work on it. These things, if you forget also, someone will help you along the way. Okay, one line at a time. Okay, focus when you're learning the mantras, one line at a time. Am I getting that one line correctly with all these aspects? That's how you should move. Okay, don't think about everything.
Vishnuji, I have one.
No. Yes, somebody has a question.
Yes, this is Vivek. So this Hasuswar, Dvittu and Deep Swar holding, this has to be applied only when has or dir are coming at the end of the word or anywhere in between the word?
Anywhere. So we did, for example, here you can see, what did I just do? You see this? Here it is within the word.
Oh, okay. So
Yes.
on the
So yes,
ya, we will have
tamro, yeah. But
on the
here,
ya we will have a dut, correct?
yes,
Yes.
yeah, you could, but with the sakara, you won't hear it much. The duttam you won't hear much. But certain words like rudra, you can clearly hear the duttam happening. So certain letters, even if you're doing it, it's not very audible. But in rudraya or with the pa coming after, you need to do it. And it will become, it's very audible to the listener, whether you are doing it or not doing it. Okay?
Ma'am, somewhere it feels as if these rules are made so that there is more clarity in our speech of what we are saying. Like, for example,
Yes.
sukta.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
is that the motivation?
That is one of the, for example, this one specifically where we are doing namaste astu. You want to give absolute clarity between the dirgha and the rasva coming after. Ideally, one sandhi should have happened there, but it is not happening. So they want to give that clarity and not allowing you to mix the two together.
Correct.
You want to give it clarity there. Okay?
I wanted to know if it's in English, how will we recognize it? Will that be shown to us at some point?
I don't know. We'll have to see the English document to see how they are writing it there. Otherwise, you will have to purely use your listening skills and make sure. See, you are going to learn with a teacher. So your teacher will always be guiding you at every stage, right? So you will have to make necessary notes for these letters wherever you are seeing it happen.
Sinaji?
Yes.
For dvitvam, is it only within the word or is it
No,
also...
it can happen between two words also. That is what I was saying. I didn't, unfortunately, pick any. I can find something from the Rudram right now for you, and I will tell you where you will find it. Okay. For example, if I write like this, Nama Sobhyaya cha. Okay, so Nama Sobhyaya cha prati saryaya. Okay. Now here you see a rasva followed by a conjunct. So advitvam will happen here and you will say chap pratisaryaya. You have to read it as chap pratisaryaya. Okay, you can't read it as cha pratisaryaya. Cha pratisaryaya is wrong. Chap pratisaryaya. This is how you will read. It will come in many places. You will see that happening. Wherever it is happening, make sure that you write with a pencil. You can write this with a pencil there. It is not part of the word, but it is part of chanting rules. So you can just put something that will help you. You put that letter. It's okay. When you're reading with a pencil, just mark there so that you don't miss it when you are reading it.
Thank you.
Okay. Now, somebody had asked me one question, and I just mentioned that I'll give an example where the gum is notated differently. See here in this line, if you notice the gum is notated differently. In some books, you might see this symbol like this, the gum notated like this. Okay, whereas in Mantra Pushpam, it will be notated like this. It's okay. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Okay, you just have to note it's the same thing. It's a printing thing. If you have the printing capacity or you don't have a particular font issue, then they choose whatever is available. Okay. Okay, is this clear? Right? So these are some basic rules. I don't think there are any more. If I have missed anything, don't worry, you will learn it along the way. Now, just pay attention. I will chant a little bit of the Rudra and pay very close attention to am I applying all that I have spoken. So which means pay attention to the Mahapranas, pay attention to the Alpa Pranas, pay attention to the Rasva Dirgha. Pay attention to these things that are marked in green. These are the sandhis that we had done in the last class. So am I doing that? Pay attention to the Murdhanya Shrakara. Am I saying that? Okay, so just listen and don't worry. I'm not going to chant in a full flow that you can't follow. I will pause everywhere wherever I want to highlight something. Okay, so pay attention. And after that, we will do it with you people, not the Rudram, but something else. So, Om Namo Bhagavate Rudraya. Namaste Rudramanyava Utota Ishave Namaha Ishave Namaha. Namaste Astu Dhanvane Bahubhya Mutate Namaha. Yata Ishush Shivatama. Yata Ishush. See the Shakara coming there? Yata Ishush Shivatama Shivam Babhuvate Dhanuhu. Pay attention to this word. When you have two bars coming next to each other, people don't tend to put the Mahaprana on the second bha. So you have to say Babhuvate Dhanuhu. Shiva Sharavyaya Tavatayano Rudramridaya. Yate Rudra Shiva Tanura Ghora Papakashini. Can you hear the Ghora? You say that correctly, okay? Tayanastanu-vashantamaya girishanta-bhichakashihi. Bhichaka, the bhi, pay attention. Bhichakashihi. Yamishungirishanta-haste bibharshastave. Bibharshastave. See the bha, only the correct bha should get the Mahaprana. And then you should be able to say Mahaprana at the sha also. Bibharshastave. Shivang. Now see how I am changing. Ya mishung. Here I did a nga. Here also Anuswara changing into nga. Shivangiritratang. Can you hear the tang? I didn't say tang. Okay, Shivangiritratang kuruma higum sif. Higum sif. Now here you have the upadhmaniya. Higum sif purushan jagata. See here shan. The nyakara coming. Shive navachasa tva. Now here I am doing a holding on the sa. I didn't mark it. I didn't mark everything, but see me doing it. Shive navachasa tva girisha cha. The sha also I held because conjunct coming after it. Shive navachasa tva girisha cha vadamasi. Instead of saying Shive navachasa tva girisha cha vadamasi, no holding. See, if I do it like this, Shive navachasa tva girisha cha vadamasi, I'm not holding. But if I hold, it will sound Shive navachasa tva girisha cha vadamasi. There is a difference in how it feels when you hear the two. Yatha nas sarvamijjagada yakshmagum sumana asat. Pause. Sumana asat. Adhyavocha dadhi vakta. Again, when da and dha come, correct place you should do the Mahaprana. Adhyavocha dadhi vakta. Pratamo daivyo bhishak. Ahigascha sarva anjambhayan sarva aschayatu dhanyah. Asau yastamro aruna uta babhrusu mangalaha babhru. You know this bhru should be Mahaprana. Ye che magum ruddha abhito dikshushita. Dikshushita. This is a good example of Rasvadirgha, Rasvaswara followed by a conjunct. Oh, why is that not coming? Can you see it? Here you have a kshu, ukara, rasva, ukara followed by shra. So what do I do? Dikshushrita. Dikshushrita. You see that? Ye che magum rudra abhito dikshusritas. Shritas. I am not going to omit the visarga, even though it sounds a little difficult, but you should not omit. I am putting a sa there. So dikshusritas sahasrasho vaishagum heda imahe. Asau yo vasarpati nilagribo nilag. You see that? Nilag, doubling of the ga. Nilagribo vidohitaha. Utainang gopa, using akara here. Utainang gopa adrishan udaharyaha. Utainam vishwa. You're doing nasal vakara. Utainam vishwa. Okay, so we can go on like this. I just wanted you to see if I am doing whatever I have asked you all to do. Are you all able to hear that? You are able to hear it? Yes, Vivek.
Very clear.
Yeah. related to this Dikshush. Yeah, here Dikshushita. So here after Dikshu, this is the end of line. So
It is
still
not, this is from wherever I copied, wherever I copied, it had this format. But in your book, you're not going to see any, at least I don't think it is there. Let me check once. Quite sure it's not there. No, there is no Virama Chinna there. It is from the online resource wherever I copied it from, just was splitting everything.
The statement continues from Dikshushita. Shita is the next word.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So you can actually, if you want me to do it, I can just do it for you. See, you can read it like this. Okay, Dikshushita Sahasrasho Vaishagum here. So, are you all able to see how it has to be applied? All of them. See, some of them, whatever I taught you today, it will take you some time to register. And I get it. You are not going to be able to understand, oh, where I have to pause, where did I have to elongate, where did I have to do the maybe a little difficult right now. But are you able to see me doing it? Right? You are able to, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So
Yes.
the idea, what you have to do is go line by line, and everything that needs to be done for that line you should do. So you have to have good listening skills. Whatever audio has been given to you, pay attention to these details. Okay? Let me see. Here also you can see, this is another place in Chamakam. You will see like this. Okay? So these are good examples to know where to take the break. Someone is unmuted. Okay. So look at me, where I will be taking those pauses or holdings. Shancha me, mayascha me, priyancha. See, this me and priyam, I'm going to hold on the A, okay? Shancha me, mayascha me, priyancha me, nukamascha me, kamascha me, saumanasascha me, bhadrancha me. Now here I will hold. So until that point, I did not take any break anywhere. So shancha me, mayascha me, priyancha me, nukamascha me, kamascha me, saumanasascha me, bhadrancha me, bhadrancha me, sorry, bhadrancha me. At this point, I'm holding. Okay, so shancha me, mayascha me, priyancha me, nukamascha me, kamascha me, saumanasascha me, bhadrancha me, shreyascha me, vasyascha me, yashascha me, bhagascha me, dravinancha me, yantacha me, dhartacha me. Now here I will do, because ksha is a conjunct. Dhartacha me, kshemascha me, dhritischa me, vishwancha me, mahascha me, sambitcha me, jnatrancha. Nyatran, the nya also you have to hold, okay? Nyatrancha me, sushcha me, prasushcha me. See the su, I'm holding on the su, and then I'm holding on the me, and I'm holding on the su again here. Sushcha me, prasushcha me, sirancha me, layascha maritancha me, mritancha me, yakshmancha me, namayachcha me, jivatushcha me, dirghayutvam. Here. दीर्घायुत्वञ्च मे न मित्रञ्च मे भयञ्च मे सुगञ्च मे शयनञ्च मे सूषा च मे सुदिनञ्च मे. This is how it is. So the elongation is where that you're giving it a little bit, you can say, maybe focus, you can say. So if you stop or you do it anywhere else, it kind of loses that rhythm that is particular and what is supposed to give you. If you just do random places you're holding or you're pausing, it will lose the rhythm of it. That is why you need to. Now, initially, when you start saying this entire thing in a breath will be difficult. So you may be taking pauses here and there, which is okay. But at least you should know that when you're doing prasushcha me, prasushcha me, that sushcha me, there, that holding you have to give. Prasu, that su, you will be giving the holding. Is this clear? Everybody is clear with it? Okay. So now we move to just some practice work. With this, we are sort of done with all.
I have a question.
Yes.
So the thing I'm noticing when you're saying this, when you're chanting, it's like Prayaschame, and then it peaks up and then falls down, picks up, falls down, the
Yes,
sound
yes.
in the way it's coming across to me.
See, there are
The
intonations which
thing
are
is,
not marked here. There are intonations that are not marked here because I copied it from some website that did not give me those intonations. But your book will have it, or your document, whatever you're going to use, will have it. And that will be taught to you by your teachers. I'm not teaching you the swara markings, the udatta, anudatta, swadita. I'm not teaching you that. So at that time, you will pick it up. Okay? So what I am chanting right now is
so
exactly how it should be chanted. Yes?
exactly. And what I've noticed is sometimes you can be really fast with it, like the frequency can increase, and sometimes it can also go slow. So is there a difference between slow frequency and high frequency of doing this? Because it is affecting your.
So whatever speed you are maintaining, typically a medium speed is expected when you are chanting, not too slow, not too fast. However, when you are, even if you were to do fast, sometimes in some places, like when you're doing Ekadasha Rudram or something like that in a group environment, they might say, go fast, go fast. No matter what speed you maintain, all of these rules have to be followed even there, no matter how fast you're going. So let's say if I were to go back here and do this in a medium speed, and then I'll go a little fast and see whether I'm still doing those rules. Okay. I'm going to medium. Om Namo Bhagavate Rudraya. Namaste Rudramanyavautot Ishave Namaha. Namaste Astu Dhanvane Bahubhyamutate Namaha. Yat Ishu Shivatama Shivam Babhuvate Dhanuhu. Shiva Sharavyaya Tavataya no Rudramidaya. This is medium speed. If I go very fast, Om Namo Bhagavate Rudraya, Namaste Rudramanyavauto Daishave Namaha, Namaste Astu Dhanvane Bahubhyamudate Namaha, Yata Ishu Shivatama Shivam Babhuvate Dhanuhu, Shiva Sharavyaya Tavataya no Rudramidaya. I didn't break any of the rules. I went fast. Maybe I could go even faster. But the point is, I did these rules. Namaste Astu. I did not break that. I did not skip the Mahapranas. I did not skip the Dvitvams. I did not skip the Visarga rules. All have to be followed. So when you are starting off, you are going to do slow. Then come to medium, then go to fast whenever it's required to. The fast will come automatically, but you start slow so that you realize what you're doing.
Yeah, yes, it just has different effects on my body. That's why I was asking.
It could be, but typically a medium speed is what is expected. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, so now we'll have some practice. Okay, so we'll go here. And I marked those which I taught today. Okay, but you have to remember all these Visarga rules that we did in the previous classes also. So somebody who would like to start? Yes, Kavita ji. I can't hear you. You're muted.
Yeah. ऋतः सुदर्शनकालः परमेष्ठिः परिग्रहः उग्रसंवत्सरो दक्षो विश्रामो विश्वदक्षिणः.
Okay, very good. Samvatsaro, you can make it as Samvatsaro. Now you are reading Vishnu Sahasranama. If you said Samvatsaro, it is perfectly okay. No problem. But I am not teaching you Vishnu Sahasranama. I want you to learn it the way you want to chant the Veda mantras. Yes. So Samvatsaro. Okay.
Samvatsaro, yes.
Okay. Anybody else? Next one. Please, no hands coming up now. Yes, Prathima Rauji.
Okay, I can try.
Yes.
Brahmanyo Brahmakrit Brahma 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 Vivardhanaha Brahmano Brahmi Brahmagno Brahmana Priyaha.
Okay, reading was very good. Now, what do we have to do? We are focusing from the perspective of Veda mantras. So what will you do? Holding on this, because you see a conjunct. So dirgha followed by conjunct, you will hold. So wherever you're seeing the blue marking, you got to hold on the previous letter. Okay? You see this? On these you got to hold. So Brahmanyo, Brahmakrit, Brahma. Okay, that is a holding. Brahma. Now here, with the red, you will do a doubling of the ba. Because this Brahma is ending with a Rasva Akara.
Sorry, I lost my...
Who is speaking?
Sorry, it's me only, Pratima. I lost my connection. Can you please repeat it?
So wherever you're seeing the blue marking, that's what we did today. So you have a Dirgha Swara followed by a conjunct letter. So you will hold on the O. So Brahmanyo, Brahmakrit Brahma, Brahma, Brahma Vivardhanaha. Now here, where the red marking is, you will do a doubling, a dutvam of the ba. So because Brahma, the akara, it's ending with a rasva akara, followed by a conjunct. So you will do dutvam. So, Brahmanyo Brahmakrit Brahma 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 Vivardhanaha Brahmavid Brahmano Brahmi Brahmajno Brahmana Priyaha. Now, this is a good place. See, Brahmana, I forgot to mark this. Brahmana Priyaha. Brahmana Priyaha. You have to do that way. Can you try?
Okay. I don't know if I'll be successful because it's not
Do
ready.
slowly. Don't have to rush. Even if you do one line correctly, that's good enough.
Okay. Brahmanyo Brahmakrit Brahma Brahma Brahma. Sorry, I didn't get that.
Brahma
Brahma
Vivardhanaha.
Brahma Brahma Vivardhanaha Brahmavid Brahmano Brahmi Brahmajno Brahmana
Priyaha.
Brahmana Priyaha. I'm still not getting a hang of it, but
here you have to add.
Yeah.
You have to add a pa. You will add a pa here. Not in the actual word. I mean, see, the actual spelling does not have that, but you will sort of do it when you're reading. Okay, I just wrote it so that you can see it. But otherwise, it's not supposed to be written like this. Okay, so did I just delete? Delete or what?
Brahmana Priyaha.
That is right. Okay, so can you try once more? You're doing well.
Yeah. Brahmanyo Brahmakrit Brahma Brahma Vivardhana Brahmavid Brahmano Brahmi Brahmajno Brahmana Priyaha.
Very good. Nice. Okay. Next, I think it's Pavitra ji, no? Lals. Yes. Read the next one.
शंख बृन्नंद की चक्री शार्ंग धन्वा गदाधर
Others stay on mute, please.
शंख ब्रन्नंद की चक्री शार्ंग धन्वा गदाधरः रथांग पाणि रक्षोभ्यः सर्वप्रहरणायुधः.
So your reading was okay. Shankha Brinandaki Chakri Sharang Dhanva Gadadhara Pani Rakshobhyaha Sarva Praharan. Now, what are the things that you had to do? One is wherever you see in the blue, you are holding on the Sha. So Sharanga Dhanva or Rathanga, the Ratha, you Rathanga Pani Rakshobhya. Now here what you do? Between the Bhyah and Sa, replace the Visarga with a Sakara. So you have to read this Shankha Binandaki Chakri Sharanga Dhanva Gadadharaha Rathangapani Rakshobhya Sarva Praharana. Now here between this you add a pa. So you add a pakara here. Sarva Praharana Yudaha. So can you try again?
Shankha.
Yeah.
Sorry. शंख ब्रन्नंद की चक्री शार्ंग धन्वा गदाधरः रथांग
holding
रथांग पाणि
रक्षोभ्यस
रथांग पाणि रक्षोभ्य.
No, yes, make it sa. Visarga becomes sa followed by a sa.
Rathangapani-rakshosbhyah.
No, Rakshobhyas. The
Oh,
visarga,
sorry. Yes,
replace
yes,
the
yes.
visarga with a sa.
Yeah.
Hello?
Rathangapani-rakshobhyah sarva-praharanayudhah.
You're not supposed to read it as Rakshobhyas. No, the
Pyas.
visarga is what is changing.
Pyas.
So read it again. Rathangapani.
Rathangapani-rakshobhyah
Praharanayudhah.
sarva-praharanayudhah.
Very good. Your Mahapranas are pretty good. But when you're reading, I don't know, maybe it's because it's online, you're taking little effort to read. Someone is unmuted. Okay. Okay, good. Next, who? Sheetal ji.
Okay, ma'am. Paramam yo mahatteja, paramam yo mahattapah, devatam devatanacha, bhutanam vyovyayah pitah.
Okay, there were some mistakes. Okay. Paramam yo mahatteja. There is no teja here. No, there is a visarga. And this is visarga is what visarga? Somebody can tell me what is this visarga?
Paramam yo mahatteja.
Paramai.
Teja.
Will become tha.
Yeah, teja. It's a upadhamaniya. So it's not teja. Teja paramai. Okay, first there is a sandhi that happens here also. Someone can tell me what sandhi?
Paramanyo.
Paramayyo.
Paramayyo.
Visarga becomes nasalized yakara followed whenever anuswara is followed by ya, it becomes paramayyo. So paramayyo mahatteja, paramayyo mahattapaha. Now it is not devatam, it is daivatam. Remember, daivatan. Now here also, what will you do? Anuswara followed by dakara, what will you replace it with?
Daivatam. Daivatam.
No. Anybody?
Daivatanai.
One person, please.
Daivatan.
It is anuswara gets replaced by the dantya nakara. Because why? Da is a dantya varna. So therefore anuswara becomes dantya nakara. What will happen here between devatanam and cha?
Will be replaced by nya.
Nya sound. Devatanam cha. Bhutanai. Can you see this? Bhutanai yo vyayah pita. Now here again you have an upadhmaniya. Yo vyayah pita. What is upadhmaniya? Did you attend the last class, Sheetal ji?
Yes, ma'am. But I have थोड़ा सा प्रॉब्लम है मुझे इंग्लिश नहीं समझ में आती है कंसंट्रेशन बहुत चाहिए होता है क्लास में
But you can, video dekhiye na. You can go home and check. I mean, go home means you are at home only, I suppose. But you can go through the videos again and again and figure out what's happening here. So visarga followed by pa, you have to blow through a small gap between your lips. So avyayah pita. That's how it is. So paramayyo mahattejah paramayyo mahattapah daivatan devatanancha bhutanayyo vyayah pita. Can you try once?
Yes. Paramayyo mahatteja paramayyo mahattapah.
No. Teja is wrong. Where is teja?
Sorry, ma'am. Paramayyo mahatteja paramayyo mahattapah daivatam devatanacha bhutanam vyayah.
No. Don't make it vakara. It's yakara. Bhutanai.
Bhutanai yo vyayah pita.
Bhutanai yo vyayah pita.
Bhutanai yo vyayah pita.
It's good, not bad. Okay, so devatanancha bhutanai yo vyayah pita.
Devatanacha bhutanai yo vyayah pita.
Correct.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Next, Pavishji. Next one. Pavishji?
Oh, I'm sorry, I was on mute. ॐ विश्वन् विष्णु वर्षष्टकारो भूतभव्य भवत्प्रभु भूतकृद् वृद्भावो भूतात्मा भूतभावनः.
Okay. So how do you do it? Om Vishwam and then followed by Va. So you have to do nasalized Vakara. Ow sound. Ow. So Vishwam Vishnur Vashatkaro. Om Vishwam Vishnur Vashatkaro. Can you do that?
Om Vishwan Vishnur
Not Vishwan. You're doing Vishwan. Vishwam.
Vishwam, yeah.
Vishwam.
Om Vishwam Vishnur Vashatkaro
Bhutavya Bhavat Prabhu. Can you repeat that Bhutavya?
Bhutavya Bhavat Prabhu.
Very nice.
Bhutakrida Bhuta.
Not Bhutakrida, we don't do. Bhutakrid. Bhutabhritbhavo.
Bhutakrid Bhuta Bhritbhavo. Bhutatma Bhuta Bhavanah.
Now Bhutatma, on the ta there is a holding. Bhutatma Bhuta Bhavanah. And now you do the whole thing.
Om Vishwam Vishwam Om Vishwam Vishnur Vashatkaro Bhutabhavya Bhavat Prabhu Bhutakrida Bhuta Bridbhavo Bhutatma Bhuta Bhavanah.
Very good. Only thing, don't do Bhutakrida. Okay, Bhutakrid Bhuta Bridbhav. Okay. Next person, Premaji. Just put it together for you. It is. Premaji?
Yeah. Natvo.
Now we shifted to Bhagavad Gita, okay?
Okay. Natvevah Jatu.
No, Natvevahan. No, there is a
Natveva. Can you, sorry, can you just say once, because I highly rely on my auditory more than my reading.
Natvevahan jatu nasan nattvanneme janadhipaha na chaiva bhavishyamah sarve vayamatah param.
Natvevaham jatu nasyam.
Nasam.
Nasam na tvam neme janadhipaha na chaiva na bhavishyamah sarvam bhavishyamah sarvam vasammatha param sarvam vatah param.
Okay, so what are the things you have to notice? Here, Anuswara followed by Jakara. You are able to read the Devanagari script?
I use it, Pavish, you're on unmute. We can hear you. So in some way I can read, but only when I'm little familiar. So I don't know the gap.
What is the normally which language are you most comfortable with?
I am reading with Devanagari, but it's because of my auditory. So I use these as the cues to pick it up.
No, that's okay. But what is the language?
But I can read Malayalam and English.
So you can read the Rudram or anything in Malayalam itself, okay? Now what you should do, you can definitely take the Malayalam script and read. There are many people who read, who chant Rudram with the help of the Malayalam script, okay? It's absolutely phonetically equipped script to read Sanskrit. But what you're doing is, since you have attended this class, and I'm not very familiar, I mean, as such, I don't know the script of Malayalam. So I don't know how the rules are applied there. So I don't know whether the Anuswara is already being done for you and it becomes Natvevahan Jatu. You know, the Nya is put over there already in place of Anuswara. If it is done for you, good for you. If it's already done in your script, then you don't have to make any effort. Okay, so for you, if you are very comfortable reading in Malayalam, you go ahead and take the Malayalam script.
No, it's both same, like Devanagari and Malayalam. So this was another thing which I wanted to ask you. There was another thing which I wanted to ask you also, because when you are in the class, like the last, like today is I think our fourth class. So when you're saying the rule, when you're giving the guidance, it becomes very clear, but it's still not assimilated in
That's
me.
okay. It will take time, but it's okay.
Yeah,
See, the
okay.
point was, it is good to have the rules in one place. Otherwise, what happens is you do many things and then later on realize, oh, there was such a rule, oh, there was such a rule. And there's a lot of information available online. In fact, the document which Rohit ji gave you, it has all these rules in it. But the point is, you won't understand it. If you read it beyond the page number 15, you start reading it, you are not going to understand any of it because it's very overwhelming. Okay, that's because it is talking about the engineering behind the thing, how the word is being formed, what are the rules, why should you know all that thing? Not required. What you need to do, only those things I have explained. Only things that you needed to do. Everything else is done and you just read. Okay?
Okay. So
But
how
the
do
thing is,
you like correlate? Like for example, like because recently we had one of the batches where we directly jumped, not studying the rest of the mantras, but directly jumped into learning Rudram and Chamakam because there was an opportunity to chant. So I'm one of those who kind of learned Rudram, but not just because of the script. I don't know the grammar. I'm using more of my auditory and using the Devanagari to guide, because both Devanagari and Malayalam is equally difficult. I mean, or easy. Both it's same. So I use Devanagari so that I can then polish it and make it better. So I have the auditory, but the connection between the rules and the grammar, that guidance you have given, how to kind of link that.
What you do is go through the recordings again, make notes, start writing them down. Okay,
Okay.
it's not a lot of rules. Really, there aren't so many rules. What I did in detail was the Varnamala understanding. That Varnamala, once and for all, you understand what is Rasa, what is Dirgha. You don't have to write anything down.
Yeah.
What is Mahaprana, Alpaprana, you don't have to write anything down. Today's class, what I have given you, that and the Visarga Anuswara rules, which I already gave you about documents, that solves half of your problem because it's already written for you, right?
Okay.
And today's rules, what I have given you, these are the only few rules that you have to actually make note. But
Okay.
even if you forget it, if you are with a mentor or a teacher, they should be able to help you.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
so
Yeah.
they will guide you through it, or when you're listening to, let's say you're listening to the audio of the Ghana parties, then you can pick it up from them. Now that you know, you've heard it, right? Once somebody has heard it, now you will start noticing it. Earlier, you
Okay.
didn't know. So you
Okay.
were not noticing it.
Okay.
But now that you know, someone has told you, you will pay attention. Is this person elongating? Is he doing that right thing? Is he pronouncing it correctly? Whenever you listen to any of the audios, there are so many audios on Rudram and all online. So you can pay attention. How are they saying it? Are they saying it correctly or not? You can figure it out yourself. Okay? So
Ma'am, can I ask you something?
yes.
Ma'am, this Tve Vaham, that word which we just now read, Tve Vaham.
Yes.
There's a bindu on top of her, right? Okay, so that becomes hum or it becomes hun?
You have to read it like this. That is what I was saying. Sorry. This is what you'll read, the Anuswara. This letter. Can you see?
Yes.
You have to read the Anuswara like this because you have a Jakara coming after Anuswara. So Natve Vahanjatu Nasan. Here you will read Anuswara with a Dantya Nakara because you have Na coming after.
Okay.
Here again Anuswara followed by Dantya, with a Dantya Varna. So this Anuswara becomes a Na. So I'll write it down just for you people to.
So where does it become na and where does it become ma?
One second. What did I do? Did I just Natve Vahan Jatu Nasan Natve? So here it becomes a Nakara. This was done, no? I had explained all of this previously.
Ma'am, I'm a very dull student, ma'am. So I've forgotten everything.
Whenever Anuswara is followed by a Vargiya Vanjanam, the Anuswara is replaced by the Anunasika of that Varga. So if Anuswara is followed by the Chavarga Vanjanam, you will replace it with a Nya. And Anuswara is followed by a Dantya, tavargiya vyanjanam, you will replace the anuswara with a nakara. Again,
Okay.
anuswara is followed by a dantya varna, so you will replace the anuswara with a dantya nakara.
Okay.
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 So
Okay.
natve vahanjatu nasan nattvanneme janadhipaha na chaiva na bhavishyama sarve vayamatah param. This is how it should be.
Okay. And where will the ma sound come?
Whenever pa varga is following, no?
Ta varga.
Pa varga.
Pa varga. Okay, ma'am. Okay. 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 Got it.
Okay. Next person
Please,
who
may I try?
is
I didn't raise my hand, but I was in
who is
chat.
it?
I raised my hand.
Who is the person?
Anu.
Okay. You can
I've
read
been
next
in
one.
line for a while.
Read this one.
The thing is, I wanted to try with, because I cannot read Devanagari. I just want to try what it would be like to have you say it and then me repeat
Do you
it.
have the Bhagavad Gita copy with you?
No.
Okay.
Which one exactly?
Okay, fine. See, I've written the numbers here for you. The second chapter, 12th, second chapter, 54. Okay.
So I
Do
can't
one thing. If you
remember
can just pick up an online version, which is in English of the Bhagavad Gita, and pick any of these three, and you be ready. I'll call someone else in the meantime, and you then can read it. Okay.
But what verse is that? What chapter?
Here, I have put it in the bracket. No, second chapter 12, second chapter 54, 9
So
chapter.
I don't know the numbers.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Chapter?
Okay, next person, Akriti ji.
Which chapter is it?
Yes,
First,
ma'am.
okay, do the second chapter, 12th verse. You search for it, and then once you finish searching, let me know. Okay. Akriti ji, can you read this one? Second 54.
Yes, ma'am. स्थितप्रज्ञस्य का भाषा समाधिस्तस्य केशव स्थितधिः किं प्रभाषेत किमासीत व्रजेत किम.
Now we have a typical Hindi style reading here. This will not work for Sanskritam. Okay. Sthit prajnasya is wrong. Stita prajnasya. Now again, between stita prajnasya, because we are learning Veda mantras, you will do stita prajnasya. So here you will add another pa. Stita prajnasya. Okay. Stita prajnasya ka bhasha samadhisthasya. Samadhisthasya, the tha is Mahaprana. Okay. Samadhisthasya Keshava Stitadhik. Now here we have a Juvhamuliyah. Stitadhik Kim Prabhasheta. Now this ta, you have to give the full. You cannot say Prabhashet. Prabhasheta Kimasita Vrajeta Kim. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Should I
Here
say
also
it?
actually there is you can do a doubling here. Kimasita Vrajeta Kim for the Veda mantra. See, when you are just reading Bhagavad Gita, you don't have to do all of these rules. But since this is a Veda chanting class, you need to do that. Yes. Can you try again?
Yes, ma'am. Sthit
No. Where is sthit here? It's stitha, no?
Sthita. Sthita pragyasya ka
No,
bhasha.
here is also wrong. Prajnasya.
Pranyasya. Yeah. Pranyasya. स्थित प्रन्यस्य का भाषा समाधिस्थस्य केशव स्थितधिः किं प्रभाषेत किमासीत वव्रजेत किम्.
No. You're not supposed to read it like that. Fun is stitadhihi. I will not read. Stitadhi. I'm going to cut the visarga at the Jubha Moolam. Okay. So stitadhi kim prabhasheta kimasita vrajeta kim kimasita vrajeta kim.
किमासीत व्रजेत किम्.
Okay. So your prajna sound, the jna sound is not accurate.
Yes,
You'll have to learn
work
this.
on it. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Maybe you can catch hold of people who know to say it correctly in your group. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And
Yes, ma'am.
take help from others. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Yes. Next, who is there? Madhuraji.
Yes, Sheena ji.
Yes.
Same verse, I'll say.
If you want,
Okay.
say that.
Okay. स्थितप्रज्ञस्य का भाषा समाधिस्थस्य केशव स्थितधि किं प्रभाषेत किमासीत व्रजेत किम्.
Okay, so some of the things I noticed is samadhi became dirgha.
Okay.
Okay, then I don't think you did the jibha muliya here. Something else also was it. Do it once again.
Okay. Actually, this reading became okay. I'll just put it a little more font size. I'll increase. Okay. स्थितप्रज्ञस्य का भाषा समाधिस्थस्य केशव.
The dhi is rasva. Samadhistasya.
समाधिस्थस्य केशव स्थितधि किं प्रभाषेत किमासीत व्रजेत किम्.
Kimasita vrajeta kim.
किमासीत व्रजेत किम्.
No, I didn't say sita, no. Sita, there is this vakara you must say. I told you, doubling. Sita vrajeta kim.
किमासीत व्रजेत किम्.
I don't know, I'm not able to hear. Are you able to hear the verb when I'm saying it? Sita vrajeta kim. Sita vrajeta kim.
Yeah, I'm able to hear, but I think I'm not saying. I'll say it again, Shinaji. Yes. किमासीत व्रजेत किम्.
That was better. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Next is Vivek ji. You can read this.
Yes, which one? Okay.
Ananya.
This one, right?
Yes, yes.
Ananyashchitanyanto.
Ananyashchintayanto ma. One minute, Vivek ji. Ananyashchintayanto ma.
Ananyashchityanto ma.
I'm not able to hear you. I think there is a network issue. Yeah, there is some network issue, I think.
Am I audible now?
No, it's not clear to me.
Yeah, it's breaking. Voice is breaking.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll ask someone else. Yeah, I'll ask someone else to read. Anybody else has raised their hands?
Can I raise my hand?
Yes, please, whoever it is. Pinky ji, no?
It's yes.
Read it.
Ananya shichintya
Ananyashchintayanto. Ananyashchintayanto.
Ananyashchintayanto ma ye jana paryupasate tesham
Nityabhiktana.
Sorry?
Nitya.
Tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogaksheman vahamyaham.
Okay, so after listening so much, you're not applying any of the rules.
Yes, ma'am.